Hey guys, I got a question for you. Do you have a favorite power tool? You hear that a lot when you tell people you're a woodworker. They say, do you have a favorite power tool? And I always say the same thing. Yeah, I like them all. I got into woodworking because I wanted to make stuff. But because I have no money, I buy almost all of my tools on Craigslist. This table saw was actually a Craigslist find. This is a 1950 Delta Unisaw, and I picked it up for $50, and it was a wreck. It was covered in rust, the motor didn't work, it needed a lot of work. And it took me 10 months to finish it, but a lot of that time was me saving up money to repair the motor. So I'd say I put about 10 hours in the top and probably the same amount of time in the body. So I probably have about 20 hours in this restore. I ended up having to take it to a motor shop, and that's where the majority of the money was. I spent $300 and some odd dollars getting the motor repaired. But now it works like a dream. And telling one of your children that they're your favorite is wrong. But the tools don't know any better. You're my favorite. Not all woodworkers like tools. Have you noticed that? Some folks just like projects. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you're into. For me, the power tools are half the fun. You're my favorite. I love old tools. I like refinishing them. I like the smell of oil on cast iron. I like the weight of them. I like everything about the old tools. Most of my tools are older tools. I've got my table saw, 1950 Delta Unisaw. I've got my bandsaw over here. This is a 1960s Atlas bandsaw. Man, I'm not picking my nose, I'm scratching it. Oh, it itches. Montgomery Ward radial arm saw. It's actually, I think it's at a square. I hit my elbow on it in the last video, the last talking video I did, and I actually knocked it out of square. So I've got to fix that. You're my favorite. I mean, everything I can do with the miter saw, I can do with the radial arm saw, and I can do a lot more with that. And it's louder and bigger, and beefier, and it doesn't have a good guard on it either. It's dangerous. I could spend the weekend just coming out here and oiling my tools, if you know what I mean. If you know what I'm saying. You're obviously my favorite. Look at all the upgrades you've got. Oh yeah, you guys meet Tim last week? Did you see Tim? Tim the Destroyer? This thing's an angry monster. I love this guy. My new favorite. You're my favorite. My new favorite tool. I'm great for the person who's crappy with bandsaw cuts. I think I'd like to get an old Powermatic. It's my last lathe, an old 1960s, 1950s Powermatic, you know, the big green ones, big green monsters. You can turn outboard on them. I would have no place to put that. I'm not sure it would actually fit in the little tiny shop. Air compressor, who doesn't love the air? This thing's a blast. Don't tell the table saw, you're my favorite. So, do you have a favorite tool, or are tools just a means to an end for you? Is it all about the project? Let me know. I'd like to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Oh, come on, baby. I was just kidding. Those other tools mean nothing to me. You're my favorite. Come on. Gonna go for a spin?